What's up, everyone? What's up, Facebook? What's up, LinkedIn? What's up, YouTube? I'm super excited um, to be live with you all. Let
Yay.
us know. Comment, make it in the comments. Let us know that you can hear us. But um, I got Miss Rhiannon Ferrari with me, but uh, Rhiannon and I have been working behind the scenes on putting an event together to bring to Columbus on something that I won't speak for you. You can speak for yourself. That has really changed the way that our team, the Columbus House team, has done business over the last uh, just over a year, and um, has allowed me to think of things a little bit differently, not just with the business, but within my own life of this idea of creating leverage, right? Like I always tell people, one of the best things that Ryan ever taught me was the power of leverage and what that can do. Now, by going to events and things like that, I got to meet the person that we're going to be bringing to Columbus, and the whole concept of leverage just kind of went to the next level within my own brain. So, do you want to announce, Rhiannon, what this
Sure.
event is?
I'm so excited. So John and I, like he said, have been working behind the scenes to bring an amazing event to Columbus. Leverage was something that I was always afraid of in my business early on. And then as I've grown, obviously I know that it's a necessity. But it was definitely something that was fearful and I was afraid of it in the beginning. And so also our team, our business model and the way we did business changed earlier this year, when we hired our first virtual assistant. And so we are super, super, super excited to bring Justin Nelson, the owner of Sphere Rocket, which is a VA company that a lot of us in Central Ohio and across the country honestly use. And he is like the master of leverage. And so the things that I've learned from him in a short period of time at events, through hiring a VA, has just honestly been life changing for my business. And John and I are so passionate about it that we are so excited to bring this to Columbus, and we cannot wait.
Yeah, the whole topic and idea of this event and putting on an event like this has been something that I've always wanted to do, but I realized if it's just up to me, it's probably not going to get done. So, one, thank you for holding me accountable and actually having me go through with putting something on like this. But it's the title of the event is "Thrive in Any Market," right? Create leverage within your business. And you and I are both big on, the market, is changing a little bit. What we experienced over the last 3 to 4 years, has been pretty, I'll use the word easy, has been pretty easy, with buying and selling real estate and helping clients do so. Now, in the terms of getting clients to come and work with you, right? Sellers wanting to sell, buyers wanting to buy. Now, it's been harder to get buyers into contract, in my opinion. But as far as attracting clients, it's been pretty easy. And you and I both, I've talked a lot on this topic of what we're facing and what we're going into is going to be a little bit more of a challenge as far as getting people to become your clients. And that's what this whole event's about, is how can you set up your business, your real estate business, to truly thrive no matter what the real estate market conditions are. And we're super excited to have a couple different various topics and guest speakers come up and present, on that day. The date, December 8th,
9 to 3.
uh, 9 to 3. We're going to be posting a link in the comments once this is over for tickets to the event. But you want to talk about a little bit of some of the different topics,
Yeah.
guest speakers we're going to have?
Yeah, I'm excited about that too. So John and I really focused on, when building this event, doing two things: using the leverage we have, which is our VAs, and so they have behind the scenes planned the majority of this event, which just goes to the power of leverage and help. And then the second thing is, when we were planning this event, we really wanted it to be something that wasn't brokerage specific. Anyone and everyone from any brokerage is welcome. We also wanted to really focus on what people wanted to hear. And so John and I, on Clubhouse and different avenues, kind of tend to talk about the team aspect, talk about, lead generation, internet leads, those kinds of things, because our businesses were built on that, right? And so what we really wanted to do with this event is open it up, and so that there was something for everyone. And so we are super, super excited to have several speakers, which we're not going to unveil today yet, but panels on team building, broker owners, people that are building a large business within teams. But we're also really excited to have some solo agents. And so when we think of solo agents in Central Ohio who are killing it, we're going to have some solo agents there. We're going to have Katie from Real Producers, who we all love and adore, and we know that she brings a ton of value on any topic that she talks about. We're going to have a top lender in Ohio there. We're going to have an amazing title company. And then we're also going to have two owners of social media companies that specialize in social media for real estate. We're going to have them there also. So we are super pumped about the topics. They're going to be quick, 45-minute to hour little increments on each topic. We hope that everyone can come the whole day, 9 to 3. But of course, if you can only stop by for a portion of it, that'll be fine too. And as the next month, rolls out, we will be rolling out maybe some quick snippet interviews with the people that will be there. But we really tried hard to make it a variety of things for, anyone, whether you're new in the business, whether you're looking to build a team, whether you already have a team. So we hope that it is going to bring a ton of value.
Yeah, and just quick shout out to our sponsors that are helping us put it on. Stewart Title, Jason Harris with Guaranteed Rate, Tom Nichols with Choice Home Warranty, Stewart Title, DJ Dial is our rep, and it wouldn't be possible without them. So definitely want to give them a big shout out. And you're right, we go to events a lot, big time events, small events, and a lot of times we see just team panels and those types of settings. But we really wanted, you and I both agree, there's several ways to build your real estate business, and there's several ways to create leverage within your business, which is why we wanted a topic on mindset, right? Going in, especially right now, Q4, Q1, rates are going up, we don't know what's going on in the economy, we don't know what the hell is happening, so having the right mindset, right, as to go out and really build your business. Solo agents, right? When I talk about building a team, it doesn't have to be buyer's agents, right? It doesn't have to be, you could have admin support. You could have, coordinators. You could have, virtual assistants. We're leveraging that. We're going to talk about that here in a second. Team leads and broker owners, forward thinkers, right? Like, it may be doom and gloom, as far as what the national media says, but real estate's always local. And what are they thinking about, the market that we're walking into and what we're going to be facing? How are they going to go about, building their business and helping their agents, continue to build their business. And then ultimately, at the end of the day, we're going to have social media, right? How can you create the following? What are some of those tactical tips, to increase engagement and ultimately to increase your business, right? Because we all want to do social media, which is great. But at the end of the day, the idea is to attract people to want to work with you, right? So we're going to have the social media side. And then obviously the keynote is going to be Justin Nelson from Sphere Rocket. And I was introduced to Justin, I want to say the first time was at an event. I think it was at a mastermind that I went to. I can't remember now.
Yeah, I think it was.
So it was one of my masterminds, and Justin's only, I think, 24, 25 years old. And he's been in the real estate space as a real estate agent since 18. And, he VAs, I don't know about you, but VAs were a thing, or trying to be a thing, 5, 6, 7 years ago. I always kind of equate it to like QR codes. Remember when QR codes were trying to, hit the scene as the next marketing thing? But then they fizzled out, right? And I feel like that's how VAs were. Everyone was trying to use virtual assistants, a couple years ago, and it just wasn't working because the real estate industry didn't really know how to implement them into the business to help them run. A lot of times they were using them as ISAs, right? And what happened was, when COVID happened, everyone became a virtual assistant. Even, when you think of VAs, you think of overseas, right? Virtual assistants overseas. But when everyone started working from home, they became virtual assistants. And the mindset shift from business owners of how can I really, create this to still impact my business, that's when virtual assistants started taking off. And that's when Justin and Sphere Rocket really started taking off. Um, so talk about just your experience with virtual assistants. When did you kind of make that decision? How did you make about it?
Hmm. Yeah, so I mean, both you and I, John, we are very learning based people. We travel across the country several times a year to learn, and we, obviously see the value in that. And so, I, being in the business as long as I've been, we both went through. I think you went through the last shift, right?
I was at the end.
Okay.
I got the end.
So we were in, we were right. I was in the shift. John was at the end of the shift, and um, so what I know about real estate is that it changes quickly, and when it does, you have to pivot, right? And so I saw the writing on the wall earlier this year, as far as this can't last. This is gonna, obviously come to an end, and so I think it was, for me to hire my first VA and my virtual assistant. I think it was a combination of things. It was that I'm always learning and networking across the country, and I'm seeing and hearing what's working for other people, which I put a lot of weight into. And then, you and Ryan had hired, I think at that time, maybe your first or second. And I got so many, like great ideas and things. It was obviously fear in the beginning, like, wait, what can they do? And I got so many great ideas from what you guys were doing. And then, I think at one point you had told me, like, Rhiannon, the amount of money that you would pay this VA, like, if it doesn't work or if they can knock one task off your list, it's so minimal of a risk. And so I think you had said, if they just do one thing for you for the next 12 months, that's 12 things that you would have not accomplished on your own. And that was kind of like dumbing it down, And so ultimately, then Ryan and I made the decision that we wanted to hire a VA. And honestly, it's been like amazing. He's taken way more than 12 things off of my plate. And honestly, we're probably ready for another VA if I could take a week or two to just, really focus on what that could be and what I would want them to do. Ryan and I were talking about it last night while we passed out candy for trick or treat. Like, if I just had a couple weeks to myself to figure it out, to be honest, I would probably hire multiple VAs. So that's how it started for us. I mean, it's been, pretty life-changing for me this year. And so I'm just super excited to share the knowledge that you and I have learned and what we've experienced firsthand with our VAs. And I just, hope that even if you're not in a position where you want or care about having a virtual assistant, that you'll come and listen to Justin, because like I said, he is like the master on leverage, and him being so young, it was so inspiring to me. I actually went to Arkansas probably like a month ago because he was going to be at an event, and there were a couple other people there that I wanted to see, but he was a huge reason why I traveled across the country just to see him. And so the fact that we're bringing him to Central Ohio and giving access to all agents of all brokerages to have access to him and his knowledge and everything that we're going to be doing that day is super exciting. And I'm excited to do this with you, John.
No, I'm pumped for it. I appreciate you guys. It's December 8th, 9 to 3 o'clock. I'm going to be posting the link to the tickets in the comments. You're going to be seeing myself and Rhiannon a lot more over the next month on these lives. We're going to be bringing you the speakers, that are going to be talking to you. And again, it's not just go out and build a big team, right? That's not what this event's for. Event is for you if you want to grow your team. This event is for you if you want to be a solo agent and find other ways to take things off of your plate. And this thing can be for you if you don't even want to hire people, within your business. There's a lot of things that a virtual assistant can provide and do for you within your life. And a lot of times, as agents, we already have a stressful job, right? We don't get paid unless a deal closes, right? And there's a lot of stresses that go within a transaction. So if there's things that we can be doing to relieve and remove stress from our lives, on the personal side, like, we got a cleaning lady for the first time, ever. Right. And like the fact that we don't have to stress about cleaning the house anymore. Right. And a VA, obviously a VA is not gonna be able to do that, but there's a lot of things that VAs can do on your behalf order your groceries, do all of these things that you don't have to think about, meal prep for you as far as what to get, right? Hey, dinner's this. Like, that's one of my struggles. Like, what's for dinner? I don't know. Like, what do you want? I don't know. Well, shit, I don't know. What do you want to do? Right? So that's what we're talking about, right? It's not just for big teams. It's not just for team leaders. It's for everyone within the real estate space. And I know we're both passionate about it because of the impact it's had, on your business. I personally have 2 that work for me. We have 3 that work for our team. One of my virtual assistants has brought me or helped me bring 5-6 transactions to me this year. So we can talk about, the power of virtual assistant within your database and, all of those things. But yeah, super pumped. December 8th, 9 to 3. We're going to post a link to the tickets. If you guys have any questions, reach out to Rhiannon, reach out to me. But no, I'm pumped. I'm stoked. Anything you want to end with?
No, I'm super excited, and I think that even if a VA hasn't even crossed your mind, and you want to be, learning based agent, I think it's more important now than ever. You have to learn how to pivot, you have to learn how to shift, you have to learn how to change, and I think that this is a great way to end the year and be pumped and ready for Q1 next year. And I am super excited to meet anyone that I haven't met that is coming. And John and I are always here if anyone needs anything, and we're just excited to bring value to Central Ohio.
Yeah, and it's always community over competition. So feel free to share, the link, with anyone that It doesn't have to be real estate agents. Anyone in the real estate space is more than welcome to come. This is something that can be impactful and powerful to anyone. So please, community over competition. Share it with your friends. Share it with your coworkers. And we hope to see you there.
Awesome.
See you guys.
See ya.